Yo, Ryan Trunky here. So today I'll be doing what if Deku had energy manipulation part 21. So let's get started. So before before I start this video, if you don't remember what happened the last time, something in the top right corner will show up. Go click on there and watch the previous episode and then come back. If you remember what happened, I ended the video with saying Izuku did as he was told. All that was next was to play the waiting game and hoped he passed. Now for today's episode. So test protectors meeting. The test protectors were amazed at everything they saw Izuku do from the writing to practical exam. There was no doubt he had passed. After adding up the score, Izuku Midoriya had passed with semi-perfect score. One of the protectors had announced this after adding the total amount of points up. Ryukyu, Headshot, and Mirako were all utter disbelieved. The three cleaned out their ears. How could you repeat? Could you repeat that? Mirako, Headshot, and Ryukyu said in a similar way. We of the Hero License Board said Izuku Midoriya, also known as Catalyst, has passed with semi-perfect score. This had the pros in shock. The last person who got score like that was All Might. The three pros who had fought Izuku were given the right to take him to the licensed photographer. Surprising. And so Izuku had waited for his results. He just hoped that he didn't fail the practical. He kept his head down and began to meditate until he heard footsteps. When he looked up, there were standing before him were Ryukyu, Ichot, and Mirako. Come with us, Mirako said. As they led him to the camera, once in front of the door, the photo room, they faced him and in similar ways said, "Congratulations, welcome to big leagues." Izuku was in shock and said, "I passed?" The three heroes nodded and made Izuku speechless. They stepped aside and his picture was taken. Once Izuku was done, he had been given his license, which had golden seal that's read Pro, which made his license different from the others. He was also having his result and couldn't believe the first year on the first try got his Pro Hero license. He was about to walk out of the building where the exam took place until Mirako stopped him and said, "Hey Catalyst, we'll walk you out, but look sad, making it seem like you failed. Then when you are near your class, bring out the license." Headshot and Ryukyu thought this would be funny. So now with 1A, everyone from UA was hyped because they all got their license. Everyone was getting closer to making their dreams come true, but they were all waiting for Izuku since he got the chance to take the pro test. All the other schools were jealous because UA made history being the first entire class to pass the provisional exam. Suddenly the doors to the testing center opened and everyone saw Izuku with his head down as he was escorted by Ryukyu, Headshot, and Mirako. Everyone give Midoriya support and don't rub salt in the wounds by flaunting the license pro exam are harder than what you all did. Aizawa said as his class, but as he stood before them, Camie opened her big mouth and said, "Oh, Izuku, you failed, huh? Well, since I also failed, it's make me feel better knowing you didn't succeed." Camie received a glare from all other Heroes course students, but what she didn't expect was this would be the day she got put in her place. "Camie, you need to an attitude adjustment, because that's no way to talk to a pro hero to start showing some respect," Izuku said. As he flashed his official pro hero license, he then turned his head and showed them as well. What happened next was out of the blue. Izuku was lifted in the air as if he had just won the boxing world heavyweight title. Izuku expected his classmate to do this, but it was none other than Aizawa, since it came as shock so many, since he was the type of man who really show emotion. The face most were making was one of surprise and respect, since they had witnessed the practical with Izuku, realizing how strong Izuku was. The only person who wasn't happy in the slightest was Camie, who was about to scream in anger as it looked. She began to walk away with some of her classmates noticing to follow her. However, one person in particular from Shinkitsu came over and congratulated Izuku himself. "Midoriya, was it right?" Izuku looked over to the man with her like relatively short hair who interrupted their like chanting earlier in that day. He gave a smile while bowing his similar fashion like two before breaking the pavement with his skull by sounding of crunching. It's an honor to get the opportunity to have a person like you be met before your career gets off the ground. Thanks. Yoruzu, do you mind making small metal like ball, roughly around the size of a baseball? Yoruzu agreed to hearing the crunch as well. She gave the metal ball to Izuku, who drained its like life energy out before placing it into the Shinkitsu students. There we go. That should help keep it from getting worse, Mr. Yurashi. Inasa Yurashi. I think that's how you say name. I'm sorry if I like butchered his name, but yeah. But please call me Inasa. Sure, Inasa. Does he have to yell every time he speak? Farewell, Midoriya. I will be cheering for you. Inasa ran away with everyone in UA rather surprised. What a strange man he is. Dude's got some skill. I give him that though. Yeah, that twin quirk of his pretty awesome. In this moment, Ochako came over to give Izuku a small little kiss in his cheek to make the like greenette turn bright red. Just a small part of your congratulation gift. You'll get the rest when Nijore around later. Ochako smiled at him with every member of Class 1A smirking. So Eraser, how about we go on a date as well? Maybe we can talk about genre training with our class. Genre training will help us both, I guess. I can spare some time this Friday at 8, maybe at this one restaurant that I found some time back. As I walked away with Mrs. Joke face light up. Really? Izuku didn't know what's going on. As Ochako held into Izuku's arm with satisfaction, suddenly they both got a text from Nijure with a picture of her like pro hero license with the caption saying I passed. Both teams began to reply while taking a pic of their license as well to say they succeeded as well. Not that I really think about it, I should tell my mom and dad about me passing as well. Izuku began to sending the pic to his parents with some people silently laughing at him at his happiness. Meanwhile with Bakugo had been sitting in his dorm seeing a version of man with unkempt hair trying to stop him before being taken down by some other man. The wicker man was then taken to confinement area where he was locked away for some notable amount of time. When Bakugo is pulled out of this vision, he notes that Camie calling him. Hello? That evil loser got a pro hero license with his skank making me fail. I swear. She started yelling, the typical Bakugo and Camie, and he told her don't worry about it and stuff like that. I mean, something gonna happen to him sooner or later, so yeah. So after the Bakugo and Camie screaming, one of the dudes said I'm trying to do a homework, can you keep it quiet? And Bakugo replied to him, F you, Darius. So the sun had begun to set as the students of 1A were on the way back home after taking the licensing exam. Although everyone got their license, Mina, I should do the class party. Animo wanted to have a little party at the dorms to celebrate getting their license. She took the chance and asked their sensei, who would possibly say no. Aizawa sensei, can we have party to celebrate getting our license? Aizawa thought about the idea while everyone else were on a pin and needles praying that he could relax a bit. You all have put in work and each of you did get your license. Okay, you've earned it, the chance to relax tonight and tomorrow night. The class was still in shock. They were given the weekend to party. However, don't stay up past curfew and keep it from getting out of hand with destroying school property. Aizawa walked away with everyone rather surprised. He said yes. Hey Midori, wanna ask those third years you Ochaku know if they want to join? I guess I can ask. Parties aren't a Amejiki thing, but I'll still ask. With that, the Greenies began to text in the big three, who all said yes to surprise Izuku, knowing how timid Timaki is with people. As an hour started to go by, everything was ready with their third year friend walking through the door. Hey 1A, how all of you? Mirio smiles at everyone with Tamaki behind him, scared of crowd of 19 people. Izuku, Ochako, Nijire ran over to hug the two while giving Izuku a peck on his lips. Congratulations to the both of you passing the professional pro exam. Thanks. Both smiled while Izuku looked behind his girlfriend to Mirio and Tamaki. You guys take the exam this year? Yep, and we both also got our license as well. Both guys showed there with the letters like satisfaction at the like minimum of Izuku to smile. That's great. Yeah, now it's real party, Kyoka. If you do the honors, Ashido asked Jiro to stop the music with her officially began the party. So, when the party got to the full swing, somewhere dancing, eating, or having Super Smash Bros. Tournaments, Momo had decided to treat the class to pizza and drinks. She paid the entire tab even though others offered the pitch in, she kindly declined. When the food arrived, the noise level got higher, which attracted attention of 1B who went to check out the commotion. Hey, we were hearing some loud noises from here and we were curious. I bet you class 1A Swan all you're trying to uplift your spirit because you all failed miserably. Noma was immediately silenced by Kindo who karate chopped his neck to knock him out. Anyway, what's going on? My apologies if we were like tad loud. We just celebrating that we all passed the professional and pro hero exam. Wait, someone took the pro hero exam in here? Yorozu nodded while pointing to Izuku who was enjoying the pleasant conversation with Kirishima, Kaminari and Ojiro. So Midori is registered pro? He has this like license. I believe that there could be some changes because he's so young, but yes. You mind if we join you? Sure, but what are you going to do with him? Momo pointed at Monoma while Kindo looked at Tusero. You have closets we can tape him up and put him in? The tape quirk user smiled while knowing where Kindo was going. As the party went on, the girls of class 1A, 1B, along with Nijure, started talking about the guys and whose they thought was attractive while also getting the details about their crushes and boyfriend. So Kindo, anyone catch your eye? Her classmate like Togake asked like this with a toothy grin for the orange-haired girl to just pinch the bridge of her nose. Sadly no. Keeping up with school and stopping Monoma rant take up a lot of my attention, so to not even think about that kind of stuff. I knew he was a problem, but I never guessed that he would be that much. What about you, Togake? Anyone for you? Like Kibara seemed kinda cool, but it's more like enjoying messing with him. I know though, like Komori caught Kororyo attention. He always avoids looking at you heads on when he talks to you. Wait, he does? Like the girl said. As the kids going, some of the class B began going to class 1A for their crushes while like with it being almost completely eventful. The only significant crushes they could find was an interested with Kaminari from Jiro and like never thought of a relationship in that way from Hakako or Ojiro. Finally the group turned to two like whose relationship was already known. So what's Midoriya like when you all on dates and hang out? Ashido got the ball rolling with both happily answering. He's true gentleman when he needs to be. He also keep our likes and dislikes in mind. Both answered with some of class B being somewhat jealous of this. What was the last date composed of? Kodai asked this with most of the girls being very curious as well. We went to watch a movie I wanted to see for a while. I was really cute romance one that I was surprised Izuku paid attention to. We also went to dinner after the place I liked. Oh, that's cute. Ashido, Hakako and Togake came together in agreement while asking the next question. So, how is he in bed? Both girls went red thinking this while floating up. Did you guys do it yet? How big is he? Really, Togake? Was it just a question? Thanks to Tong, just like they were able to get them down while they answered the best they could. We didn't do it before. It was kinda in heat a moment and it was a pleasant. Nijiri and Chaku were trying to find a word to describe it without sounding like perverts in front of their friends before Togake asked for the tape measure from Yuruzu. I'll start pulling this out and you stop me when I'm getting close to his size again with this. I'm curious, Kendo. She started pulling with the girls be rather tight-lipped until they reached double digits to make them all go beet red. Togaki looked at the side before answering. Like a horse? Many of the girls were annoyed to hear this, but also slightly surprised by this. Easy to say. There was an awkward silence in the group after this, with the guys. Yeah, I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna leave you cliffhanging right there, like with the guys before I start this. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it right here. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, stay home, stay safe, wash your hands, spend the most precious time you have with the most precious people you have. Please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, press the notification bell. See you next video. Peace out. Bye bye.